Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Berean. And we've got some interesting rumors going about based on a Instagram post by James Gunn. It appears we may get yet another obscure villain in the new Superman Legacy movie. Or is it just Superman now? I forget. They keep changing it. But anyways, in James Gunn's new Superman movie, Mr. Mxyzptlk may have an appearance. And I'm going to call him Mixie from now on because it's really hard to say. Um, Mixie is a fifth dimensional being who's semi obsessed with Superman throughout the comics, and he's made several appearances in the Superman animation and the Justice League animations, but he's kind of just a prankster who likes to basically come into our reality and pull pranks and do fun stuff that he finds humorous, causing chaos and havoc. Not really evil, but just someone who has kind of think of him like Q from Star Trek. He's not really evil, but what he does really isn't great either. So he has one weakness, and that's if you can get him to say or spell his name backwards, he's banished back to the fifth dimension for about 90 days. Which is weird because that's the rule he made up, and he has to follow the rules and guidelines he's made for himself. So this is his own weird rule, and that's his weakness. That's really his weakness. He's basically an omnipotent being. Not omnipotent, but a vastly powerful being from an altered dimension. This could set up a DCU multiverse, which you kind of see him pre and post crisis event, and you also see him pre and post paradox, and he's kind of just he's kind of an annoying character in my opinion, but a lot of people like him, and I kind of get it. He's fun, he's entertaining, he's different, but he's not like a real well-known villain. And he's even really not so much a villain as just a really terrible prankster. But since he posted this, I mean, we got Starro for the Suicide Squad, and that was kind of an obscure one. We've only seen it in animation once, I believe, and he's been in the comics multiple times. But he's not a character that anyone really saw coming. We're like, oh, Starro, that's a deep cut. Mixie's not so much of a deep cut, but he is a very lesser known antagonist. So, will he show up because of this post? We don't know, but it could be interesting. I will say this, I'm not like 100% on board with this whole new direction of the DCU, but adding Mixie might be kind of fun, kind of going more with the playful attitude that we saw in the Suicide Squad. So we may see some fun, some interesting things come from it if he goes this direction. I would probably go see this in theaters if Mixie was in the mix, so to speak. And I think this is interesting. I have no idea who you'd cast for this. I really don't. I mean, he's a very unique character. Even in the animation, he looks really weird. He kind of looks like this actual action figure, but a little over exaggerated with his head shape. But I don't know who you get to play it to make it look right. I really don't. Um, so that would be a very unique casting experience to kind of see how that plays out. But I personally would have a lot more faith in the DCU going forward if we did get some more weird deep cuts that James Gunn is known for, um, especially like the butterflies from Peacemaker. That was weird and very deep cut, and a lot of characters bringing in that aren't really seen on screen. This could be fun. This could be entertaining. But at the end of the day, James Gunn has a lot of work to do to bring in DC fans, and especially the normie fans. I mean, this could be a good move to pull in DC fans, especially the comics and animation, bring them into the theater. But it might put off the normies because, like, this is a bit weird. This is even weirder than Starro. So, I don't know. I'm kind of like, well, this could be fun. This could be terrible. I don't know how to really absorb this piece of information, this gossip that's going around, that this random post from James Gunn kind of leading us to maybe, don't know. I will say this, it's going to be weird if it's done. And as far as seeing the same junk over and over again, I'm kind of down for the really weird. So let me know. Do you think Mixie is a bad choice? Do you think it's a good choice? Would you go see it if he was in it? Would this turn you off from going to go see it? I'm just curious on what other people think. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm in the boat. I'd probably go see it if he was, just because I knew it'd be a lot weirder than some crazy, just random James Gunn Superman movie. I think it adds a little flair of weirdness and eccentricity to the film that could be beneficial for the DCU as a whole. Which means he could show up in Peacemaker, he could show up in a new iteration of Blue Beetle, in a new iteration with the Justice League. Don't know, but it's just kind of fun to think about because this is an interesting twist on where the DCU is headed, and we'll just have to see what comes about. So, until next time, my friends, as always, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.